Good morning, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, this is take 3. I'm trying to say something and I'm not saying it right. So let me start at the beginning. I'm having a really hard time creating. Bottom line, we don't need to get into specifics as to why. I'm out of glue. That's a big problem. I'm almost out of paper, but that will be here in time. I cannot believe I am almost out of paper. I order it by 8 reams, a case. And I opened my last package of paper. I never ordered any. And I never do that. I mean, there's always a package in there. And when I open that second to last package is when I place my order. And I didn't do it. And I swore that I had 2 bottles of Fabri-Tac and my backup, and I don't have any, and I am down to, it's upside down. It's in a cup, it's upside down because I'm getting every last drop. And I'm squirreling everywhere. Like I'm creating this and then I see something and then I want to make that, and then I'm watching the collaboration with Rach and Bella and Journals in Time, the A to Z, and that is incredible. But it's also got me scrolling all over the place because I want to make everything. And so yeah, that and some other things that are going on with my family, and that's taking my attention, and I don't know, just doing too many things. So all I'm going to do is craft and stay organized. So, yeah, I want to give a shout out to Jennifer at Tracy Sparkle. She has been an incredible inspiration for me this year, this Christmas season, and likely for the rest of my life that I'm doing this, because she has got some awesome ideas. And so I've been following her. And of course, Heather from Ruby and Pearl. I mean, I've been following you for 3 years, and just, going back into my files and pulling things from Christmases from years past. I have inspiration boxes and books that I go through, and I'm pulling from them because I found out that no idea is a new idea. They're all takeoffs from old ideas. So anyway, thank you everyone for your support. I'm up to 980 subscribers, and I don't want to talk about it because I'll start to cry. Oh my gosh, I can hardly breathe. I just never imagined having so many friends. Like, you're all so wonderful, and you leave me such beautiful comments, how inspired you are, or how beautiful something is, and it touches me in a way that I've just never in my life been so moved. So yeah, I'm keeping up with comments. I'm not going back. I was trying to go back those 5 weeks that I had no internet, and replying and responding. And I so do hope that anybody who was visiting my channel and watching videos before I couldn't make videos anymore, because there were a lot. I mean, I went from like 600 subscribers to like 800 subscribers, and I hadn't posted a video in 5 weeks. So I do hope that you keep coming back, and invite your friends. And, I do have a lot of ideas, and I have a lot of things coming up for my channel that, creative, I have a lot of creativity, and I just want to share it. I really do. I want to share it. So that said, let's move on. So yesterday I did a lot of organizing, and then I decided I'd play a little. So anyway, I don't know if you've seen these birds. they're swallows, and obviously they're from Ruby and Pearl. They're from Heather. And you just, I mean, I actually backed them on my French script. A lot of them I backed on French script because it was on my desk. So I just printed them on regular paper, you know, my 28 pound copy paper. And then I just, I glued the whole sheet. Like I glued all the birds on the sheet onto the script and then cut around the birds. I didn't glue like the whole sheet to the whole, you know what I mean? And then I cut out each bird. So, and then I just, I used my stickles instead of my glass glitter because I'm out of it. So I've ordered some, but it's going to take a little bit to get here. So there's one in silver and here's one in gold. So you can use these for tags for your journals or on your Christmas tree. They're just so pretty, and I just loved making them yesterday, and I really needed to just relax and just enjoy the process. And you know, that's what I have. My biggest takeaway, if you take away anything from this video today, is that, you know, first of all, family comes first. Above and beyond everything, family comes first. And that's to all of my people who do YouTube. And because it does take a lot of time, a lot of effort, I find a great joy in it. So I'm never giving it up. I don't care if I have one follower. If I inspire one person to me, I'm good. I'm great. One person, that's all I care. But I do appreciate being, inspiring so many of you. It's crazy. I'm just going to take a sip of my coffee. And yes, I do have coffee on my desk, but it's nowhere near anywhere where it can get knocked over. So let me just have a sip. I'm drinking caramel coffee. Yeah, it sounds pretty sweet, and it is. My husband got it for me yesterday. He's so sweet. But anyway, these are my birds that I made. And then I said, well, what else can I make? So if you watch Heather's channel, she also made these cones. Mine's a little bit different than hers. All I did was I took a doily, you know, a paper doily, and she used a glass and a bowl to make hers, the different sizes. But I had a doily on my desk, and I thought, ooh, I can use a doily. So what I did was I took my, I had some script paper on my desk, so I grabbed that, and then I had some of this red polka dot from the bumper kit from Rach and Bella Craft and Journals in Time. And so I took it and I put it, let me just get a piece of paper so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I took the doily and I put it on the corner like this. And then I just traced around the doily like that. And then I just cut it out. So it made it like this. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. And then I just made a little snippet with my scraps and put that there. And I put a little doily, you know, the rest of the doily that I used to you know, to put it in the corner to make the cone. And then I have some of this silver twine. So I used that and I put a little, just a little, I don't know, it's a scrap of something. I don't know what. It was on my desk, so I used it. And then I made a tag. And this is out of the A to Z kit. I forget what letter this is. X. It's X. And so I just, yeah, I put this together. This is a most fantastic page. And then this is a background page. And I did a little wraparound pocket. And I put this in here, this little stamp. And then I thought, I'm going to play some more. So I had put some stickles on this. And then I thought, oh, how fun would it be to make a brooch? So I put the stickles, and after they dried, I thought, oh, that's pretty. Maybe I'll add some glossy accents and make it look like a brooch. Does that look like a brooch? I mean, it's just, like I said, it was a scrap, so I used it, but it's an idea, and that's just the back of the scrap. I don't know how it happened like that, how the back got like that, but it did. I didn't, oh, you know what? I think I glued this piece onto this, and I put it in the pocket, and I thought, oh, I think I'll add some stickles to it, and I did. And then when the stickles dried, I thought, oh, that looks like a really pretty Victorian brooch. So I'm going to add some stickles to it and make it look like a brooch. So yeah, that's just an idea. If you don't have any brooches or jewelry, you can make it. So it's just glossy accents and some stickles. So that's that. So I made that little tag. And yeah, so I'm just trying to encourage you all to breathe. Christmas only comes once a year, and enjoy it. You know, this room is my joy. And for the past 5 weeks, it's been just too stressful. And I have decided no more. You know, I'm making this room more joyful. And that is by taking the stress and removing it out of my brain, if that makes sense. So back to my my journal that I'm creating. I haven't gotten much further. For any of you who have followed me, I made this little flip up, you know, pocket. You can put it in your journal, just slide it in the pocket. But I did go a little bit further, and I did make tags, and I put pockets on the back. So I did do that off camera because I thought it needed some more. And I'm going to zhuzh up my tags, of course. I'm not sure how yet, but I don't want to do too much. But isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, I am in love with this. It's so simple. If you haven't been following me, just go back a couple of videos. It will say featuring Winter Memories, I think it's called. Winter. See? Yeah, my brain is fried. Oh, yeah. So anyway, I made some tags and backed them with some file folder. I love tea stain file folder. And I keep a bottle of spray tea in my refrigerator so that if I run out of something, I can spray it and just put it out in the sun. Well, I live in Florida, so for me, it's easy. I can put it out in the sun. It's dry in an hour. But you could, you know, spray it and put it in your oven. Just spray it in the sink, not on the counter. But anyway, go back a few videos if you missed this one because it is so versatile and can go in so many journals. And you don't have to do as much as I did. You know, you don't have to go through. This would be perfect for anybody. But, you know, of course, I have to go above and beyond and, you know, just make more. And this is also the base that I'm using for my journal that I'll be making. So it'll open like this. There'll be a signature. There'll be a signature. And there'll be a signature. So it's sort of like a flip-flop journal, but not really. So go back a couple of videos and you'll see that. So today we are going to make this cutie. And this was inspired by Jennifer Tracy Sparkle. And so it's just a matchbook. And it goes inside a pocket in your journal. It's a good size. It's 4 inches wide by 1, 2, 3, 4. For those of you that like to measure, 4 inches. So it's a matchbook, and I used my Italian paper. It came in from Rachel, so I was really happy about that. Thank you, Rach. I appreciate it. And so you flip it down, and this is just some tea stain paper. Now what I did was I took and I sewed it on my machine across, but you don't have to do that. You could just take and fold it over like this. You know, take your papers and make a fold, and then just glue this to here and this to here. And that will give you, you know, that will hold in all your papers. And I used the Italian paper, which was thin, and I'm very stingy, so I don't like to take 2 pieces and glue them together. So I just used what I had on my desk, which was some script, and so I glued that onto the back to make it sturdy rather than use 2 of the Italian book pages. So yeah, and then I took some bows and I put them here in some fibers that I keep in a bowl next to my sewing machine. So all of my threads from my sewing, when I do sewing, or fringing, I just put in this bowl. I know that there's other things in here that don't belong in here, but that's because I was making vellum bows and they got in there. But look at all these fibers. I mean, they're just so fun to work with. I love them. So, and any little bits and pieces like this, you know, that I cut off when I'm sewing, they go in this bowl because I'm going to use them in something. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, that's what I do. So that's what these are. They're threads. And then this is part of a printed doily from the kit. So I'm going to show you how to make that. So anyway, I hope you're all doing well. And I hope that you're not stressing like I was, because that's dumb. And, well, it's not dumb. It's the way we are. We're human, right? We are human. Tra-la. Look what I did. I had these scraps, and I was like, I can't. So I put them in a baggie, and I'll go through them later and decide which ones absolutely have to be kept. I know, look. How can you throw that away? It's just so beautiful. So I didn't, and I'm not going to until I'm done with Christmas. But I'm keeping things organized, and I highly recommend that you clean up after every session. Like after every time you come into your craft room and you craft, clean up. Because then you come into your craft room the next time and it's just like your creativity just flows because you don't have anything around you, and you can start to pull and then put your stuff everywhere and then put it away. Because otherwise you'll come into play the next day, and trust me, it's just, yeah. Especially if you have other things in your life going on. And we all do, because it's life. I mean, we all have family, and we all have friends, and, you know, people that need us and what have you. So husbands in the background that know you're filming and playing their music really loud. I'm going to have another sip of my tea. Sorry, it's not tea, it's coffee. So anyway, that said, let's get on to today's make. And all I did was, I'm going to take a page of my book page, and you can use any book page. I just happen to be using this gorgeous paper. And yeah, I mean, I just can't do it. Maybe someday, Rhonda, if you're watching. Rhonda from A Little Bit French, I highly suggest you visit her. She has got some beautiful things. And yeah, so I'm not going to double up my page. I am going to double it with a printable. And this is from the kit, from Doreen's kit, the winter kit that I'm working on right now. And I'll leave all that information below, along with all the other designers who are amazing. Oh my gosh, they're just amazing. And they have some giveaways going on their YouTube channel. That would be Doreen at Oohlala Vintage Treasures and Nicola at My Shabby Crafty Corner, I think. But they both have a giveaway, a collaboration giveaway. And oh my goodness. So go visit their channels and enter their giveaway. Because if you win, oh my gosh, you're going to get some really pretty things. So, and thank you both, Nicola and Doreen, and for all of you that are giving so much this Christmas season to each other. It's just amazing. I just love it. I think I told you in one of my videos that I wanted to send out a tag or something that I made with my hands to each and every one of my subscribers. And my husband said, how are you going to get their addresses? I'm like, right. And then there's that. And when am I going to have time to make 980 things? Maybe throughout the year I can do it, like just surprise people. So as far as my giveaway, don't forget to leave me a comment as to where you're from, in case you haven't been visiting recently. Leave me a comment where you're from, because I'm going to be doing a giveaway once I reach 1,000 subscribers. Of a journal of your color choice. I'm going to hand make a journal of your color choice. So, and some other goodies, but that will be the beginning. So anyway, all you're going to do is you're going to take your paper, your book page, any size you want. You don't have to do it this size. You can do it any size you want, but I love this size. This, where is it? See? I can't even find it, and I haven't left this spot. I love this size. I just think it's a perfect size and a perfect little writing pad. Somebody is definitely going to use this. They're not going to just leave it in their journal to be pretty. So, yeah, I love it. I'm going to make so many of these. Oh my goodness. I just love it. So anyway, so you're going to take your book page, and what I'm doing is hopefully getting enough glue. And I just want to make sure it's right way. So I want to make sure my book page, so when it goes up, when it folds up, it's got the writing going the right way. So we're just going to fold that up like this so that I can remember. Because my brain doesn't want to remember anything lately. And I want this to be on the outside because I love it. So I want to show it off. And then I'm going to take this, and I want to make sure that's going the right way, so that when you open it, see, oh wait a minute, it's gonna go like this. So yeah, so I want the paper to be going this way, so that when you open it, okay, so let's see, oh my goodness, yeah, that's right. So when you open it up, everything's gonna be going the right way, okay? Because your fold is gonna be like this. Make sense? Okay, so let me glue this down before I get confused, which is very easy. And I am going to use what little left. See? Okay, that much left. We're gonna try some more today. I have a dentist appointment, so we're gonna try another place today to get one bottle. I'll never do this again. Because even though I'm sort of allergic to this glue, like I can't get it on my hands, it burns them. Not right away. I mean, it's just if I do a lot of gluing with it and don't pay attention and don't get it off. I mean, I don't get a lot on my hands anyway, but still, you do, because you do. So I don't typically go over my whole page. I just go around my edges. So I just like that look. So I just make sure my edges, if I'm not sewing, which I'm not, I don't think this particular one needs it, this item. So yeah, so I'm just gonna do that. And then I'm gonna take it and I am going to turn it so that I have it going the right way, please God. All right, so yeah, that's right. Yes. I didn't move anything, so it has to be the right way, right? And then just, spread it down. This paper is so gorgeous. I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I just love it. I just can't get it here. Thank God for my supplier. I know that sounds awful, but she is. She's my supplier. And I'm out of the nice soft. Mine is really brittle, the rest that I have. So I had to place another order, which is fine. I just didn't place it really. I mean, I placed it in time because I got it in time, but. So I just went around my edges like that, just to make sure everything's glued down good because I'm not sewing it. And then all I'm going to do is take my ruler and I am going to take my little thing here, and I just want things to be sort of in the middle, so I'm just going to kind of place that there to see where I need to. Actually, let me just take a piece of paper. Make it much easier on myself. And I am going to make sure it's straight. That's another problem I have, is I can't cut straight. And but I have to make sure everything is straight because I can't get rid of my perfectionism. I've stopped trying that too. So yeah, so we're gonna do that, and then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna do the same thing. I mean, you don't have to do this. You can tear it and rip it anywhere you want. Doesn't matter, but it just, you know me. So yeah. This is not a new idea. But it's so beautiful when it's done. So yeah, I'm just going to take this off. This is too long. And then I'm going to fold this up. I really hope I cut that wide enough. Oh, just barely. Wow. Okay. So, there it is. Okay. And then what you want to do is you just want to make kind of a lip here. You know how you make those how it makes matchbooks, how you make a matchbook. You fold it down here, and then you fold it here, and then you put a little staple here. So let me get my little stapler. This is not a tiny attacher. I hope to get one for Christmas. And I'm just going to staple it so that my little flap can fit inside. And you can glue this part if you want, but actually I think I will do that just so it doesn't stick out. So just fold that over, put a little bit of glue, and then just fold that over like that. So it's just, for those of you that like to measure, it's just like 1/4 inch. And then just fold it over again and make sure that's going to fit up in there, which it does, and it leaves enough space for me to put a staple in. I love book page. I love making things with book pages. That's not straight. Sorry. I have to make it straight. I'm sorry. I have to make it straight with the book line. That's straight. Great. I know what you're all saying. Why do you have to be such a perfectionist? I don't know. But you know what? When I tried to stop my perfectionism, I was unable to create. So that's just who I am. It's how God made me. And so I'm going with it. So then you want to take and line up your stapler and just staple there. And then, yeah, you've got your little matchbook like that. I'm just going to cut off that white trim there. And you can tear that off too, but I'm not taking the chance because I'll ruin it. And then I'm going to give you some ideas of how to decorate it. So isn't that pretty? I love it. Just on its own. You don't have to do another thing to it, and it's just perfect. It's just perfect for any journal. So then I'm just going to take my papers and I'm going to put them in so that when the person opens it up, I think I have way too many papers in here. I do. So what I did was I just took all my scraps that I have beside me, and I had some tea stain paper, and I had some tea stain ledger paper, and more tea stain paper. I had a paper bag, a piece of a paper bag. So anything will work, but I have way too many pieces in here, so I'm gonna just take a few out. So I definitely want that piece, and I definitely want this piece because it's tea staining the graph paper is so fun because it's nice and thin, and it just leaves good lines, and it's fun. So I definitely want that, and then I'll just put in one more piece of tea stain paper. This is kind of heavy tea stain paper. It's usually what I back tags and stuff with, so put this lighter weight one in. So yeah, so 3 pages will give you plenty. You don't need all that, what I had in there. And I'm gonna have to cut this down because it's up, you know, obviously too high. So I would tear each one of these, but I won't put you through that because it'll take too long. And I'm gonna throw these away. Aren't you proud of me? So all you have to do now is decide, are you going to glue these in or are you going to sew them in? And if you're gonna glue them in, all you have to do is take this back page and, okay, so how did I do that? If you're not gonna sew it, staple. You can staple it. All you have to do is kind of go up like this and you don't use a tiny attacher, you use a regular stapler. And you can take it and you can fold it like this so that it's not in the way and staple right in here. Or you could glue, you could take a page like this, and then you can glue this page to this page and just bring it over. Sorry, wrong way. You could take this like this, take it over the whole stack and glue that to the back. So, but I always sew, so I don't really come up with a lot of ideas as to how to do it differently. I just take it and sew straight across here. And then I've got my book. So, but I won't do that now. So then on to decorating it, all I did was I took a doily, which I have over here. I have a couple. There's one that's that doesn't have a pattern on it. And then I thought, oh, here's one from the kit. So I'm going to use the one from the kit, but I wanted to give you, if you don't have a printer, you can emboss one or not emboss it at all. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it on my corner like this. I'm just going to put this here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put it on my corner like this, and I'm just going to fold it over like this and like this, okay? And then I'm just going to take it off. Well, I'm not going to take it completely off. I'm going to cut it here. Yeah, I'm going to cut it here. So it's like this. Now I can't keep it like this because then you wouldn't be able to open it. But what I'm going to do is just where that fold line is, because I want it on the back as well, just cut it like that. And then I have it on this side, and then I'll take this piece and I'll put it on this side. So let me just get some glue so I can do that. And I just use this because it's precise. You know, I have this little tip on it, and with doilies, that's what I do. And if your glue doesn't want to come out, oh my goodness, I just take one of my my pins and just kind of, you know, press it in like that, and then it will come out for you. It's a little cold, So that has a lot to do with it too. It's early in the morning. So how are you all? How is your, I don't even know what today is. Today's Wednesday. I almost said, how was your weekend? See? I almost said, how was your weekend? Crazy. How was your Tuesday? Can you believe it's almost Thanksgiving? Wow. It's crazy. But it's true. It is. Anyway. So yeah. There you go. What an easy decoration. You don't need any kit or anything, because like I said, you could use just a plain doily, or tea stained would look nice. Napkin, paper, Christmas wrapping paper, so many things you can use to decorate that don't cost hardly anything. And you'll end up, you know, with a ton. I used so much Christmas wrapping paper one year for Christmas to do all of my creations, because it was before I had any digitals. And some of those Christmas wrapping papers are just gorgeous. You can get them for next to nothing. And save your Christmas cards, because I use those a lot. I have a whole stack. I just pulled them yesterday. That was hard. It was like, okay, I can't use that. No, I can't use that. No, I have to save that. Oh dear. Isn't it crazy? The things we keep. So now I have little doily there, a little doily there. What did I do? Did I do one up at the top? I did. So on the back at the top, I'm just going to do sort of the same thing. Let's see. Well, I'll get this paper out of here so we can decorate it. So I want it to go this way. So I'm just, and I don't want a real big piece, so I'm just gonna take it and fold it here, and then I have, and these make great little tuck spots, you know what I mean? So that, you know, you can make a tuck spot out of that. But I'm not going to, because I'd be closing everything up. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut along my fold lines. Let's see, that's too much. How did I have that? Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Nope. Must have been this one. Oh, there it is. Okay. And like I said, this on its own is perfect, and it's cost you nothing so far. A piece of book page, some scrapbook paper on the inside to make it strong, unless you want to double up on your book page and not be stingy with your paper like I am. And then, yeah. So that on its own is so pretty. Just by that. Just do that. But of course I have to take it a step further, so I'm just going to get a little bit of lace or something out of my little box here. And I am going to just zhuzh it up a little bit. And I just wanted to cover that staple. So I just took a piece of ribbon. And see, I leave this open and you can't because it will dry, and you'll need your steel pin so that you can get it not dry. And I'm just going to kind of dab some dots across here like this. You don't have to cover up your staple. I think it looks really good. But, you know, I'm a girl. And this is very girly. This is going to be a very girly, vintagey, eclectic, crazy, so many different things, so many different ideas. That's what I want to do. I mean, I want to make this journal, but I want to give people ideas on how to do it themselves using any kind of paper. It doesn't have to be Christmas, you know? I just happen to be doing Christmas. And you could be using traditional Christmas colors. I just happen to love, you know, the pastels and, you know, the blues and turquoises, and I love those colors. So, but I also love the traditional sprinkled in here and there. I just think it looks really cool to have both, you know? So yeah, I'm kind of focusing on a theme right now. I may go off, but I'm focusing on ice skating. But that could change. I'm not going to stress over it and making sure everything has something to do with ice skating. There doesn't have to be a theme. But it will have a story. Because, you know, all my journals have stories or names. Because that's how I create. So you just, yeah, I just kind of pleated it. Now you could make a ribbon on your sewing machine and just have a bunch of them laying by, and just, you'll be able to just snap that on. But I haven't gotten that far yet in making my ruffle. So I did that. And then I cut out this little house. This is the skating house where they would, you know, keep warm and put on their skates. Then I made a little snippet here and put some bows up here, and then some of this and some of this. So how far are we? Am I even rolling? I hope so. I don't want to do this again. So yeah, so all I did was I took a piece of this, which is very inexpensive. It comes, you know, it's tulle and it's got little sparkly on it. And I just, you know, cut a piece. These aren't my fabric scissors, but that's okay. I'll do it anyway. I cut a couple of pieces and kind of just, you know, put them down like this. I hope you're all still with me. I think this is a long video. I'm just giving you some ideas of how to decorate in an inexpensive way, but a fun way, and how to make it look pretty. So you just do that. And then you can either make your paper bows or you can use fabric bows. I happen to have bows, so many paper bows. So I use paper bows. These are vellum bows that I had made on my channel this past week. So down here, there's some vellum bows. And see, you can bend them up and make them any way you want. They're not going to break. So yeah, isn't that fun? You can do this. I don't know if you can see that. And then I put just a small seed bead in there. But look at what you can do with the vellum. Well, you know, once it's waxed and you make the vellum, it looks so pretty. This is just a paper bow that I put some glossy accents on, which I'll do that right now. I'm not going to do this part. But what I do is I take the bow and I kind of just squish it this way and like that. And it kind of gives it that three-dimensional look. But don't, yeah, open this up. Yeah, you don't want to make that mistake. And then I just took this and I did the same thing. Just kind of push that in the middle like that. And you've got yourself a little bow. And then I just took, you know, just a little snippet of something. Excuse my reach if I'm in your face. So I just took a little snippet and I put that down like this here. And some people use glue guns. I don't use a glue gun. I've had some burns with glue guns, so I don't use them. And I like the sewn effect, but I'm not doing sewing on this. So just press that down. I'm using Fabri-Tac because, you know, it's fabric. And this is where you get your glue on your fingers, where you're not supposed to get it. And then I'm just going to take, oops, I'm going to take this bow. You know what? I did it backwards. It's this side. As you can see, I double-sided this. So I took my page of bows and then I ran it through the printer on just another sheet. So I'm going to put that there. Oh, wait a minute. I want to put the bigger one on the bottom. So I'm not going to glue the whole thing. I'm going to glue this side and this side because I don't want to glue where I pinched it. And I didn't glue all the way across. And then, oh, I need some fibers. I'm just going to take some strings. And I'm going to place them here. And you can cut them up, you know, cut them off when you're done. So I'm just going to kind of lay those strings there because it just, you know, it's just strings. You can even just take some thread and unwind it. You know, if you've got some vintage thread that won't work in your machine anymore like I do. I have rolls and spools and spools and spools of vintage thread that if I use it in my machine, it just breaks. So I sit on the couch and I take it off the spools so I can use the spools and the threads. So then I'll just cut that there and, you know, just kind of go around and just make it so it looks kind of, you know, fluffy, if that's a word. Well, fluffy is a word, but, and then I'm going to take my next bow and I am going to put that sort of on top, but kind of crooked. So I'm not going to put it like right on top and going across. I'm just going to kind of put it sort of, well, you'll see, sort of like that. And then I'm going to bend this edge up. That's why I always back my anything that I might be bending up or twisting or what have you. So there is my little shabby bow. And then down here, you can do the same thing. But like I said, I just used the vellum. And I don't have any vellum bows on my desk, I don't think. Well, I do. It's kind of big, but that's all right. We'll make it small. Here's that vellum bow. And I'll show you how easy it is to put it on. Oh, wait. You know what I want to do before I do that? I want to take some of this because, I mean, why let it go to waste? And I'm just going to take, you know, one of those little ruffles off. Put that there. And maybe a piece of this. And kind of place that there. This is a long video. I hope you're still with me. Because it's some good ideas. Well, I think so. This is more about decorating something than it is actually making the item, because obviously making the item, you all know how to do that. And I'm putting that there. And then I want to show you one more thing. So I'm only going to put one of these bows on for now. And see, I'm just using Fabri-Tac. You can use any glue you want. except if you don't have a strong glue stick. If you don't have a strong glue stick, I suggest that you use either the Fabri-Tac or the art glitter glue. But both the art glitter glue and Fabri-Tac Beacon, they all work on the vellum perfectly. And you can't see it when it dries. But the fun thing about the vellum one is that you can really play with it and, you know, move it around and make it look so fun, you know? And that's not gonna, you know, that will always stay like that because it's been waxed. And it just looks so pretty. I'm playing with it before it's dry. And that, my friends, is your little booklet. Isn't that so sweet? And then inside, I'm going to have my papers. And I'm going to go a step further because I love this Christmas music. I got this from the Graphic Fairies. So I am going to glue this on my first page. So remember, when you open it, you want it to open up so that when you put your papers in, you're going to put them like this. And it's going to open up like this. So if you're going to put a title page or a first page on, you want to make sure that it's going this way. I'm going to glue this on my first page of paper because I just love this Christmas music. And I got it from the Graphic Fairies a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. It's in one of their Christmas packages. And I'm just going to glue this onto my cover page. It's Christmas music. And if you go on, you can actually listen to this song. It's so pretty. It's a French Christmas song. And it's really pretty. It's so pretty. It prints just like this. And it looks so old and so vintage. So I just put that there. I'm going to take my ruler. And I'm going to just cut across it. And that's going to be the first page. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my last page, but I won't do it on camera. I just wanted to give you an idea to put in your booklet just to make it a little bit more fun. So, yeah. So when you open up your book, so you've got all your writing is going the right way here because of the way you folded it. Then you open it up and all your writing's going the same way here. And then here you have your little music page and then all your papers. Oh my goodness, what a great thing to put inside a pocket. And if I hadn't done so much talking and oohing and ahming, it would have taken me a lot less time. So I hope that you've been inspired in some way. I hope that you're taking good care of yourself. And see, these are different sizes. One's taller than the other. So you can make them any size you want, but oh my gosh, so effective. And so fun. This could be just one Happy Meal or one gift for your Secret Santa. One gift, just a gift. To me, that's such a gift. And you don't have to do it in Christmas. You could do it in anything with any kind of paper. So that said, this is another part of my design team project for Oohlala Vintage Treasures. I'll leave all the information below. And then don't forget, there are the postcards in the kit as well. And yeah, so, you know, if you're in a funk and you just want to play, make some ornaments for your tree. This could go inside a journal. Here's a tag, just an idea. And then there's this one. And then there's my journal. And then here are my swallows. And if you want these, just go on Ruby and Heather's XO website and pick some up and get some stickles like this. You don't need to use the glass glitter, although the glass glitter is beautiful. I used it all last year. So yeah, so this, just make some ornaments, just have fun. That's what I'm trying to say, is just have fun in your craft room. Don't stress yourself out. Christmas only comes once a year, and it's such a beautiful time to create because everything is just so sparkly and so pretty and just so lovely. And yeah. So that's all I have for today. Thank you for staying by. And I hope that, again, I've inspired you in some way. Leave me a comment below as to where you're from so that I can enter you in my giveaway once I reach 1,000 subscribers. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you all so very, very much. Until next time, be well, be safe, and God bless. Bye-bye.